The next thing is that I go into my brain's control room. So my brain's control room, I designed myself. I go down sort of a pebbled path all the way down to where there's a caravan. It's an overgrown, old-fashioned caravan. And when I open up the door, I go into my brain's control room, which is actually like this really suave control room, just like, you know, in a music studio, because I'm a musician by trade originally, so I like the idea that my control room is like a music studio. And so in this music studio, there's all of these different knobs all the way around the room, and so I can go and actually control what I want to turn up and what I want to turn down. So for instance, I might turn up a feeling of relaxation, and I'll turn that up, and I can see this electric sort of current going up into the ceiling. And then maybe calm, I will turn that up, and love, gratitude, whatever it is that I feel like I want to feel more of, and I just take a little bit of time to feel that feeling. And to be honest, I know I use the word frustrated a lot, but this is what I experience, is that often there's this expectation of, I know I'm doing it, but I'm not feeling anything. It's okay. You don't have to feel what you expect you're going to feel. The more that you relax with it, the more that eventually it'll actually work. Where I've got to the point where if I turn up the feeling of happiness, I actually feel a warmth spread across my chest every time I do it. That didn't happen at first. And then I can turn things down. I can turn pain down. I can even turn like specific parts of my body down if I want to turn pain in my neck down, or like all the feeling in my legs, I can turn it all the way down. Again, this doesn't happen on the first time. It doesn't happen on the 50th time. You have to do this visualization many, many, many times in order to actually create this phenomenon where you can just do it instantly. And then so I do that into the control room, and I can spend as long or as little time as I want in my brain's control room. Another visualization I have is just of meeting my baby and just holding my baby, and there's a whole bunch of other things. And I wanted to share that a couple of specific ones with you, so that you could get an idea of creating your whatever jazzes you, whatever you like. You can create that for yourself, and I recommend to maybe get a little bit creative before you start the meditation about what you're going to do, and then go through the meditation and attempt that. And don't be hard on yourself. Don't worry if it's not a clear image. So I've gone through that in quite a lot of detail. So the next thing I want to talk about is distractions. I was doing a meditation this morning, and I only had like about half an hour to do it, so I wanted to get the benefit of it. But it was right in the middle of the morning, and lots of things were happening. For instance, like my husband walked into the room, and I had something I had to tell him. And I was in the middle of a meditation, so I had to open my eyes and just quickly remind him of someone who had called, and then go back into it. And then I'm listening to the music on my iPhone, and listening to this music that I listen to every time. And because it's on my iPhone, someone messaged me, and you hear, so the music's going, and then suddenly I hear this da-da-da, and so then the music plays a little bit more, and then with an iPhone, if you don't actually open the message, it'll keep on giving you that da-da-da noise, like over and over and over, until finally I decided, very relaxed, to stay in a relaxed state, but to go and get my phone and just quickly, check it. And when I checked the image, I've got this friend who he has a big heart, and he's a nice guy, but he's got this terrible, filthy sense of humor, and he mass SMSs all of his friends all of these dirty pictures. So it's like this dirty picture comes up on my iPhone. And so, that's just an example of all the distractions that can be happening while you're trying to meditate. And this is quite useful, because in reality, when you go into labor, and if you're giving birth, say for instance in a hospital, then you can't expect that everything is going to be perfect and go exactly how you would like it to go. People are going to come in, doctors are going to want to ask you questions, and you're going to have to actually answer their questions. You have to be aware of your surroundings. And this is something that when I mention the word hypnobirthing, people think that, well, that doesn't sound like the sort of state you'd want to be in while giving birth. It sounds like, you're in a trance. You're not trying to be in a trance. You're in a relaxed state, and you should be so relaxed that you can actually still function, and you can still, you're aware of your surroundings and you're aware of your body. You're just choosing to be in a relaxed state. So distractions are great. Fantastic thing if you really want to start meditating. Do it at a time sometimes where there are likely to be distractions, so you can practice it. And discipline. It's hard to be disciplined. I'm working full-time still, 5 days a week, and I'm working for the family business, so we have to be disciplined already with our time to keep the business going. But as the family's growing, so is the business. So I have to keep going with that. And sometimes it's really hard at the end of the day to make myself do a half hour or an hour relaxation session, even though that's the thing that would be the best for me. Often all I want to do is watch TV. I'm addicted to Dexter at the moment, and which is probably not the best thing to be watching while you're pregnant. But I really have to, force myself to commit to this process. And today was a good example, is that we've got to go out tonight, so we were doing this in the afternoon, this video, and I knew that I wanted to do a relaxation session before the video so I could talk about it. And so I had to schedule with my husband, okay, 9 a.m. we're going to do this, 11 a.m. this is going to do this, and then I'm going to take half an hour to relax, and then we're going to go back to this and this and this and this. So discipline is really important. Like, if you really committed to the idea of having a comfortable and calm birth, then it's not a walk in the park. You need to earn it. You need to work for it. How many women are just like, are not working at the moment? A lot of women work all the way through their pregnancies. And so the last thing I want to talk about, and this is getting to be a very long video, I think it'll probably end up being a split video like yesterday's, is music. Choose some music that really you really like. It doesn't have to be relaxation music. I've got on my iPhone music that I had my husband get for me, and an example is Clarinet Concerto in A major. It's a Mozart. So there you go. And I have like the playlist that I have on my iPhone. And a bit of advice for women out there: men love to feel as if that you've given them a mission during pregnancy. So I gave my husband a mission to find me some music for me to relax to. And I think he did a very good job, and now he feels very proud of that. So I listen to the same music every time for quite a few reasons. First thing is that you create an anchor for yourself. So as soon as you hear that music, that is an anchor in your mind that this is a time to relax. And then sometimes just hearing that music will bring you into that state. So the power of repetition is very, very important, that you need to do this over and over and over again, so that you can really, you want to get to a point where just turning on the music already relaxes you. And the other thing is that it relaxes your baby. It's anchoring the baby, because my baby can hear now. Your babies can hear quite, after, I don't know how many months it is, but I can feel my baby reacting to certain noises all the time now. And every time that I do my relaxation session, I feel that I can feel the baby reacts in the same way. He always does the same thing: is he hears the music and he goes crazy for about 5 minutes. He just, it's like as if he's almost trying to get himself comfortable. He moves and moves and moves and moves, and then he just stops. And then and it's almost always the same time as when I get to that point of relaxation, so does he. And it's really beautiful, because we're doing this session together, is that we're both relaxing together, and the babies are feeling whatever the mother's feeling. So when I'm anchoring myself to feel relaxed, he's, you know, he's getting into that state as well. And that's so important when it gets to the labor, is that you've already created this anchor by repetition, by repetition, by repetition, so that by the time you get into the birthing room, the baby hears that music and goes, oh, this is a time to relax, as opposed to, you know, this is a time to freak out. And it's very important that the baby, as well as yourself, is relaxed during birth. So I hope that's enough information for you. I've gone a little bit over time. Thank you very much for watching my video, and please, if you want to see more of it, it's going to be on every day, so please subscribe, and you'll be getting a video every day. And like me on Facebook, it's Eleanor Clapham on Facebook, or you can go to the page Pain-Free Birth. Until tomorrow, have a very good night, and goodbye.